Yeah, so the last couple of months, and really even the last few weeks since the last release of openIDL and the last time we've been able to deploy some of the new capabilities, have garnered a ton of interest both from regulators, commissioners, the NAIC, as well as some of the largest insurance carriers in the country that are now saying things like openIDL and AAIS membership is a no-brainer, and we're having a hard time finding challenges, like where's the catch? On the carrier side, bringing us further into the organization. So getting beyond our traditional role as the advisory and the product level side, but bringing us into technology and operations and compliance and strategic innovation in these kinds of groups with both our member companies and companies that really hadn't considered being members before because they're leaders in their industry and didn't have a particular need for advisory services in a traditional sense, but in the new way, that the capabilities that AAIS and with the new membership model and openIDL can provide with the foundational data structure for the industry has really become transformational, and we've now got to a point where it's really starting to resonate, and with the latest release we can deliver on this today. The technical capability that we delivered that we've actually been working on for the last 6 months is the extension of the Hyperledger Fabric data model, allowing a third tier of data, which is truly the ability for carriers to completely control their data and house it in an environment of their own, under their own control, within their own IT organizations, within their own structures. So they're releasing no data about their operations, nothing detailed, nothing private, but we're able to maintain the integrity of the data, the auditability of that data in the future by putting a hash or a thumbprint of that data onto the ledgers that are shared across the system that doesn't de-identify the data, doesn't de-identify the company, but it does provide the mechanism to ensure that the data is in there when it is ultimately needed or used for a report or for a future transaction, that it's still trustable data at the time that it's needed. So that really is the transformational element that we've been seeking, and after 3 releases are finally delivering, and now we're going to see what we can do with it in the next release. Now that we've got the data architecture in place, we've also tested some new directions with the deployment of it, both in standing up openIDL in a box, making it a scripted deployment so it's easy to stand up and really drop into an organization, and then on the cloud and the infrastructure, we're really pushing the envelope there and actually extending it beyond the IBM cloud where we started in the IBM blockchain platform, but enabling it to go cross-cloud and even into company's own infrastructure. So we've got an Amazon node that will be going into the enterprise production environment very shortly, maybe the first one of its kind. And then by that same process definition of being able to stand that up, a company could also stand up a node in their own environment, really without any other support required, by leveraging the open source technologies and the relationship with AAIS and openIDL to get that up and running with the lowest cost possible, fastest speed to market possible, and the most amount of utility once it's there to connect with other networks, like TradeLens and Food Trust and all the other things that insurance needs to operate within.